It's just the little things like that Chris Demm does. Like he told me this morning, I don't know how he knows, but he knows that Miss Pac-Man is available to be played if you go to Google today. Go to their homepage. You can play. See,
is that a game you played, Biggie, in the arcade?
I played, a little Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. I remember being at like the Pizza Hut and they had the sit-down ones.
Pac-Man was good. Miss Pac-Man is the best.
What's the difference? I never played either.
Faster. And then for Atari, for the home version, Pac-Man was terrible. Bong, 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 bong. It was rudimentary. When Miss Pac-Man came along a couple of years later, it looked like the arcade game, much more than Pac-Man. Very, very good. Yeah, Miss Pac-Man, they also had when you get done with the Miss Pac-Man, like you'd clear a couple of boards and they do the little they meet dance and all that stuff. I saw Miss Pac-Man way more than Pac-Man when I was a kid. Now, Pac-Man started it all, probably 1980 or 79. But then Miss Pac-Man in 82 just blew the doors off the place. I'm over at Aladdin's Castle.
Just dropping coin.
God, these virgins in line back over there to Spencer Gifts.
Yeah.
With quarters in their pocket.
So good. I had my quarters lined up. That's my game, that and Cubert. And I was there at Aladdin's Castle.
No line at Cubert. Nope. Guys, there's no line here, Cubert. No line.
I was the first one to play Cubert at Aladdin's Castle in the Randolph Mall. I can't say how.
Did you put your initials up there?
I was the very first high scorer on Cubert at Randolph Mall in Ashboro. I happened to be there. I had just had a cookie from the cookie jar. And I thought, all right, I got 15 minutes to kill. I'll run to Aladdin's Castle. And they're installing it. And I said to Nathan, who was the manager, and I knew him. I was like, Nathan,
with his coin belt.
Okay, what's this? And he's like, new game, man. Cubert. No one's ever played it. And they were like, we're done here. It's ready to go. And I said, I'll be
plug it in.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Well, I guess give me change for $2.
That's right. Did it. Was I late getting to the parking lot where my mom was picking me up? Yeah. Was it worth it? Yeah, it was. It was worth her getting mad at me because I was the first to play Cubert. And no one will ever take that,
No.
At Aladdin's Castle today, surely there's a plaque to me somewhere.
It's got to be like on the wall,
yes,
illuminated behind a velvet rope.
Exactly.
Like at the Louvre.
Here's the other thing Chris Demm has, a natural curiosity. We were just playing a commercial. I'm sure you've heard it. Big Lou, term provider. He's just like you. Oh, he's porky fat. Diabetes. He's
multiple divorces.
He's on number 2.
Hey, Big Lou's always spoke to me.
Well, I figured. I always picture you in my head when Big Lou's commercial was on. I'm sorry.
If I had been married, it's close.
He's on number 2. Are you like Big Lou? Are you a little porky?
Yeah.
A little chunky, a few extra pounds.
I can't get diabetes, clearly.
I don't know how. Everybody says to me, how come Biggie doesn't have diabetes? I said, we have tried our best. We have put him on everything. We're saying, get a milkshake. Do it.
The one thing genetics, I guess, and heritage has given me.
I don't understand it. They say to me, surely he has diabetes. I said, he doesn't. He's a medical miracle. Well, Chris Demm has a natural curiosity about things. I don't. And he says, I wonder if Big Lou is a real guy. And I said, he must be. We know all these things about him.
They couldn't play the commercials if...
I said, how can they? This is about honesty. He's got type 2 diabetes. He's overweight. He's been married twice. All these things. He's just like us. And Chris Demm looked it up. He's not a real guy. That is a created character.
Nope. It's a brand name and a marketing persona.
I hate that because I've always felt a kindredship to Big Lou.
Yes, you felt a connection. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. I shouldn't be saying that about one of our advertisers.
Our dear, dear clients.
But Big Lou is not real. I had no idea.
I really expected to see a guy who kind of looked like... remember the guy who tried to give the car to the World Series MVP for the Giants about 10 years ago, whatever his name was, from GM, regional sales manager or something. He was kind of a portly dude, white Midwestern guy. That's what I pictured.
I thought Big Lou was exactly like that and probably started the company years ago. And even if he sold it.
Right, and sold it years ago.
But he's still the figurehead of it, and you see his picture. No, he just created.
I would have gotten a Big Lou.
You would have bought a Big Lou?
I would have gotten somebody to say,
I see.
It's a fake.
To play the part.
Yeah, just because if somebody goes to look, it's like, hey, here's Big Lou.
Yeah, why not? At least, there's no real, what's her name from Progressive?
Flo,
yeah. But, we see her, so we know who that is. Mm-hmm. I agree. Make a character out of Big Lou. Make him real. The other thing Chris Demm says is his brother has a 10-year-old. I knew that. So Chris Tim's 10-year-old nephew, if he says 6'7", or if anyone at their school says 6'7", directly to the principal's office. Do not pass.
Okay.
You're going right there.
I mean, it's just for talking to. I mean, you can't really suspend a kid for that, can you?
I wonder if after like a warning, you say, okay, next time you're really in trouble. We're not saying that word.
I mean, do you just get reduced recess or?
I don't know where you go with it. Maybe after multiple offenses, it gets worse and worse because it's a distraction. That's what they'll always say.
That's true. That's true.
And the first time I ever heard stuff like that, it wasn't even 6'7", was when that middle school teacher went viral a year ago. When she put rules up in her class saying, we're not saying skibbity, we're not saying skibbity toilet, we're not saying Ohio, all these different things that are middle school
old slang.
Middle school slang. And then 6'7" came along. I sort of lumped that into that category with those words as well. 2 cameras that have gotten people in trouble. One from a Detroit police officer. His name is Matt Jackson. He was on a virtual Zoom with a judge testifying in, you know how they do, and he was able to do it by Zoom call. The judge's name is Sean Perkins, and he says, in my 25 years on the bench, I've never seen this. The officer, Matthew Jackson, who was at home, was wearing no pants. And you could see clearly he's wearing...
Jackson!
He was sitting on his couch at home, had his...
Ready to testify.
Had his uniform on, the top.
Just had the bad camera angle.
And bad camera, and you can see it's a lot of leg.
Bare leg?
It's a lot of bare leg.
Did he have on skivvies?
He had on
underpants?
Black underpants.
Okay.
And that's all he had on. And the judge says, are you wearing pants?
Yes, Officer Jackson, badge number 3919, out of the 12th precinct.
All right. Today, you got some pants on, officer?
Sir, they're in the... No, sir.
No, sir. He said, they in the... I bet they're
in
the dryer. Must have been in the washer is my guess. No, I do not. I know he felt that he was only seen from the chest up, but his Zoom showed it all.
Is that the first time you think in any court record, in any English-speaking country, the transcriber, what do they call it? The stenographer in court had to write the term, you got any pants on, officer?
No, sir.
No, I do not.
No, I do not.
I like his honesty.
Well, he was called
right down?
Yeah.
There was no way...
I would have faked a bad connection and hung up and quickly thrown on pants and come back.
I don't know what you thought you saw.
My Wi-Fi, it's hello.
Going out. There also, a man has been caught on camera torching a Halloween yard display in Seattle. This happened 2 days ago. Set it on fire. Neighbor chased him off. No arrests have been made yet. Apparently, he took issue with... There was a large Halloween display.
Too much or the type?
He said too much. It was Bob Ross, the painter. It was Bob Ross and a bunch of skeletons and so forth. Too much was what the impression I got. These are the homeowners who said, oh, we'll rebuild. We want these. We love Halloween.
Just started picking them up and throwing them in like it was a burn barrel bonfire into the casket.
He had one burning there and another one burning over there. Then he kicked this coffin down and dragged the Bob Ross skeleton into it, set Bob Ross on fire, then began grabbing the little skeleton animals and throwing them in there as well.
But we're very, very lucky because those bushes caught fire and it's right by the fence, right by the house. John literally came over with like a pot of water, like he'd make spaghetti and dumped it out. Another one brought the fire extinguisher, which is now in the casket.
Those are neighbors they're talking about who came over to help. And
that could have been way worse.
Well, could have burned their house down.
Yeah.
That's arson. He is setting fire to the skeletons and so forth. They haven't caught anybody yet, but the theory is he didn't like Bob Ross, and he didn't.
Not just a teen, youthful prank.
No, it doesn't look like a teenager.
It's directed.
It's on camera, and it looks like it was directed at those people.
And it's not a skeleton Bob Ross. Like he's not a Bob Ross. See, maybe he feels that it was rude to do that to Bob Ross.
Oh,
yeah, maybe because he had the hair and everything. But
I think I may have told you this before, but there are at least 2 houses within a couple of miles of ours that they go over the top of the skeletons. 2 different yards have the Beatles walking across Abbey Road.
That's pretty cool.
I wish one of them had put a cigarette in. I think Paul's got a cig in his hand.
Yeah.
But the Beatles are walking across Abbey Road, 2 different yards. One of the yards with the Beatles doing Abbey Road also has the Breaking Bad Winnebago with Walter White and Jesse cooking meth.
It's impressive.
In skeleton form.
It's really impressive.
There's fake smoke coming out of the Winnebago.
You should take a cigarette and stick it in Paul's hands, in between his fingers as a little,
as an homage, just to complete it.
Complete the
I
whole
don't want to
thing.
be accused of trespassing. I just want it to be right.
It should only take you a second. I bet you could just go in there and do it, and then they'd probably say, "Oh, look, somebody put a cigarette there," and that's authenticity.
Yeah,
I like that. I did see an article in the New York Times. Have Halloween decorations become too scary? Have you seen the one where the house looks like it's on fire? I mean,
I've seen that a couple years now. It is unbelievably realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, and we will, without a doubt, we'll have a story this year, this Christmas, of somebody who hangs somebody falling from, looks like they're hanging lights and they're dangling from a gutter.
Or the roof,
Yeah, so we might start getting these during Halloween where somebody's going to call 911.
Oh, that happened. That burning house,
Yeah.
they call 911 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The article is saying some people think that there's the realistic look of the blood and all the different things, and the burning house for sure, makes it too much.
Yeah, it's just lights. It's just lights and smoke effects.
Right, but it does. If you go by that house, it
looks fully engulfed.
It does, and I just pray the Lord that the house doesn't catch on fire, because what if it was on fire?
Oh, you'd love it. Secretly, deep down, part of you would love it. That's what you get, toying with fire.
Fire is not fun. That's all I'll say. That is not supposed to be fun. We have Fart Sniffer Deluxe on the line here. That's a wind up. FSD, you have a comment on the Beatles house Biggie or Chris Demm was talking about. Go ahead.
Good morning, fellas. Yes, I do. That's actually my parents' house.
Would you mind if Chris Demm stuck a cigarette in Paul's fingers?
Not one single bit. My mom would actually probably find it funnier if it was a joint.
Okay.
Well, I can't get one of those myself, but I know somebody who can.
Well, I think he's going to do that.
I love your parents' spirit.
That's awesome. I like that, especially that there's real. Tell your mom, we can't do a marijuana cigarette.
Tell her we said Happy Halloween.
And thank you, FSD, and Happy Halloween. But I think you have to go with a real cigarette, because that's what he had in his hand.
Yeah, in the picture.
On the album cover. Exactly. So are you saying that one and the Winnebago from Walter White are in the same place?
Yeah, and there's more. I go past it too quickly to see. The one I walk past, the other one I drive past.
Okay.
But it is unbelievable.
I don't want to bring the mood down, but Halloween candy prices are up 78% since 2020. 5 years now. 78%. That's more than
It's
double.
all chocolate, right?
Chocolate,
or just some
chocolate is
cocoa prices or whatever they say. Yeah,
they do say that every year, and I report it dutifully in A Block. And since 2020, mostly led by chocolate, the Halloween candy bags are up by 78%. Now that's big.
Oh yeah, I mean you notice it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean you see the prices; it's way up.
Now that might cause me to switch over to sour candy. And I've always given out chocolate to the trick-or-treaters. But if you go to sour candy, it's less expensive.
Mm-hmm.
At least there's that for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's bothering me. But we don't,
Johnny Populist.
We don't get any trick or treaters. That's the thing. We don't get any.
Neither will I. Although I think I'm kind of already the talked about house in the neighborhood.
You said
you actively repel them, Kelly.
Right.
Biggie, you're the hermit.
Yeah.
The kids will stand outside my house and be like, "I hear he's down there."
God, you're right.
A giant lives in the basement.
Maybe I'll turn on the Ring camera and do that occasionally. Get off my property.
You should.
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
You're the giant hermit. He's haunted. I hear he's in there. And then I'm the one with the castle and the moat on the hill.
Yeah.
Kids can't get there.
Yeah.
There's just no good.
Beware.
Pour hot oil on them as they walk up.